Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
Well, again, to talk about, and we're touching on this idea of the local scene, and you touched on that idea of live music, and I think we're talking about this era that we're in. One of the stumbling blocks with hip hop has been the fact that and this is black music in general, we stopped embracing musicianship.
Yeah.
The idea of not just being able to sing or to rap, but to play an instrument and to, incorporate all that into what we believe is an artist.
Yeah.
So now we're in an era where just having a great voice, whether you're a rapper or MC or a singer, isn't going to get you a whole lot.
Yeah.
But if you could translate that onto a stage as a live artist, playing drums, doing whatever, a band, then you can actually get yourself in a lucrative situation. Perfect example is you. Do you feel like that's an area that hip hop can actually adapt to?
I think it's about connecting back to like what it is you love about the music, right? Like if, like for myself or Tona, I'm sure when we started rapping, it wasn't on stage in front of 500 people. It was for your boys, that's live. That's real music. It's live. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think there has to be a way to connect back to that and like connecting with your audience in a live setting, because that's the only thing in the equation, again, that you can't reproduce on the internet, that you can't reproduce on a CD.
Yeah.
Is that experience of connecting with someone with music live. So true. And, you know what I mean? And I think that musicianship in terms of instruments is a way to keep it engaging and, keep it interesting. But even if it's like, if you're rapping for your boys, it should be the exact same thing, like in a living room of 5 people. And it should be that same feeling, that same energy that's that dope.
I think the live music aspect of hip hop gets a bad rap because the first thing people think about is, the roots.
Yeah.
Common.
And you'll never be the roots. You will never be the roots.
But it's the idea that you have to be this sort of flower type artist. Organic. And, and it seems to go against the idea of hip hop, being a hard artist. But you know what? This is really going to be the only option an up-and-coming artist is going to be able to actually fund. Yeah. So really and truly, if you want to make it in this era, it's almost like acknowledging that you have to be able to do something on the stage that engages you with your audience to the point where they want to pay money to see you. And
it's got to be interesting. It's got to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to be interesting. It can't be boring.
How did you come up? Because we could say personally that in the last couple of years, the stage has been your area, your venue through which you have got a lot of fans. How did it start for you?
I think for me, when I'm on stage, it's when I'm not on stage, it's a general fear of being boring. I don't want to bore people on stage. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. Yeah. It's I'm up here and you're bored, and I shouldn't be here. You know what I mean? Because there's more interesting things. I think that just artists in general should have that approach of I want to connect with you and I want to make this meaningful, or else I shouldn't be up here.
Tony, you feel like the quote unquote hard dudes in hip hop can make that translation, that adaptation to the live stage, and being able to keep the credibility of being whoever you are and translating that to the stage?
Oh, definitely. Just be adding different live elements to your show doesn't mean that necessarily you gotta decrease the value of your of who you are. You know what I'm saying? You can add different elements that'll improve your show as opposed to taking away from it, like Shad does with the live band, and even he has a live beatboxing DJ that he goes up on stage with. You know what I'm saying? So that's another raw element that'll take away, when people are getting tired of seeing the band, they can see something else. Just a consistent pattern of value entertainment. Now, for me personally, because I haven't reached the live band stage level yet. I've been up on stage with live bands, but my intricate pattern, my way of keeping a fan interested is just keeping things not so typical and in a box. I've never formatted myself as one type of artist. That's why I might cross over and do some R&B songs with a few R&B artists, and I'm even writing some R&B as of right now. So I've never put myself in a box where I have to be one type of artist. I just know that I'm versatile enough to put my my different abilities in different genres of music, not just hip hop, just R&B. And I think you have to be that versatile in order to keep, you know, a consistent fan base. Because, like you said, the music is declining to a certain level. So
I think as well, the important thing is for us to really like acknowledge that really this is our last option as artists. So like whether you like it or not, the point is that right now, whether you're Common or you're Soulja Boy or some other artist that doesn't necessarily equate the stage with what they do, you have to now start doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, you can still put out a club banger.
Absolutely.
You can still do that, but understand that a club banger will get you a lot of passive listeners.
Yeah.
A lot of pats on the backs. A lot of people that'll be like, yo, you're dope. Dope enough to play in my iPod or whatever, but it's really the artist that could translate whatever they're doing onto the live stage that will be able to say, okay, yeah, I got people listening and paying money to see me.
Yeah, that's a true fan. A fan that wants to come and see you play. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
I was
man.
just on tour with Classified. This guy sold out across the country.
Yeah.
Like it was just crazy. And like he has a set, I mean, he has a show. And there's like ups and downs and there's momentum and there's points where people are, you know, have their hands up and there's points where people are thinking, what is he gonna do next? And then he hits them with the like big, you know what I mean? It's like, that's it. That's where it is.